Some people commented that they were quite entertained by my breaking into song, and I just thought that, well, if it went over that well, I'll try it again. So here's a few tunes that I picked up along the way, mostly as a kid, I guess. Here we go. Oh, little playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. And then there's chicks and geese and ducks better scurry when I take you out in Missouri with the fringe on top. And that's about all I know of that one. And what was the other one I was going to sing to you? Gosh, oh golly, why can't I remember? It's right off the top of my head, too. I don't know. Silly me. Is anyone out there? You feel like you're talented? Talented? Anybody talented? I'd like to hear from you if you are. I've had people tell me that I have talent. One or two people have told me that I'm quite the raconteur, and yeah, raconteur. I used to think that meant you were a good storyteller, and I had to look that up. Of course, that's a pretty big word, raconteur. That's three syllables, so it's much bigger than I'm used to hearing or understanding. I don't comprehend much these days. So, are you talented? What is your talent? I had people tell me that I have a good singing voice, but I can't read music, I can't write music, I can't play music. Well, I can play the radio, but that's about it. I used to play DJ on the radio. It was actually voice track, so the music was already all queued up for me. All I had to do was do what they call the voice tracks, set my golden dulcet tones on a track and just basically plug it in, and the programming director, he took care of all the rest of it. But I was pretty good at it. Voice tracking is not live, although my talent on the air was that I had convinced everybody that was listening to me that it wasn't voice tracked, that I was live. Had people call the radio station all pissed off at the programming director. Actually, they were pissed off at me, and they wanted the programming director to tell me to answer the damn phone. Tell Doc to answer the phone. I called and called and called, and he just doesn't pick the phone up. So the programming director had to lie to him and say, "Well, yeah, he was probably in the restroom at that point in time." And they said, "No, I called for 20 minutes straight, and I called every hour on the hour, and he just doesn't pick up the phone." And he goes, "Okay, well, I'll leave him a note, but he's also kind of shy." And well, anyway, the programming director told a few lies. I wasn't there. But here's the rub, okay? Stephen King's radio station, WKIT, was 100,000 watts live in the same time slot when my radio station at 50,000 watts went on the air. It was a dark spot on the dial. So when I first went on the air, when the station first came on the air, it was black, what they called a dark space on the channel. And by the second ratings book, our radio station during my time slot tied Stephen King's live radio DJ. And by the third ratings book, I blew his doors off, which is actually quite a feat when you stop and think. I wasn't even live at the time. God darn. What do you say to that, laddie? Damned entertaining, isn't it? Thank you. Thank you all, and have a good night.